Hi, my name is Javi Rivera Debruin. I am an impact producer with the documentary Disclosure. And in my role as an impact producer with Disclosure, essentially what I've been doing is looking at the great core messaging behind the piece, and figuring out, what are the connections, right? Like, how do we provide audiences with next steps, with actions they can take, with resources to learn more? Once you see a documentary, it really, like Disclosure, like it really gets you thinking. It really gets you excited and wanting to do more. And so really my role in Impact is just to help facilitate that and help make connections between audience members and great organizations like this. So the industry is changing a lot, and rapidly, maybe not rapidly as rapidly as we would like, but I definitely see a difference in the past year or so that I've been working on the project. So I, as an impact producer, have come in on the later end of post-production and sort of when things are, about to be distributed. And in the time since I've come on with the team, what I've seen is a kind of an awakening, right? I've seen a lot more people who are poised and ready to listen and learn. I've been amazed to see it gives people real pause in questioning not just like what their perceptions about trans people are, but about their own relationship to gender. And I think where I see the shift is sort of in the conversations that are happening behind the scenes. Like, that in and of itself is so groundbreaking, right? Because this says that we have the attention of the industry. Trans people have always existed. We've always been there. Language is shifting to recognize us more and more. And I think that what Disclosure does is really lay bare the fraught history that a lot of cis folks have had with understanding transness. But also, it's a really great opportunity to see how, as trans people, we have internalized and either, like how we've been affected by what we see of ourselves in media and what we don't see. It's empowering, and it also is empowering to see, the shifts in the way that's changing with, shows like Pose, where it's like, oh, we can have agency here. We can be represented in a more nuanced way. And I think that just by virtue of having trans folks who are involved in the industry talking about the history of trans representation in the industry, you really get a sense of like the full humanity of trans people as people. And I think that is really, like, that in and of itself, I think pushes us forward, because I think that that in and of itself is a representation to other trans people, to cis people. It shows the way that, like, we've grappled with all of this. The Equal Rights Amendment, I think, is so huge on a symbolic level, because it's kind of wild that we don't yet have just this affirmation that people should not be discriminated against. We're at a point now where that can be interpreted, and that can be that can bring in, be inclusive of trans folks, and realizing that because we have always been part of this movement, we're part of this too. And we are part of the ERA. We are part of the spirit that, we should not face discrimination because of who we are. And I think that's a really powerful message to send, and a really powerful stance to take.